Mario Karters and Frenzy fans. Welcome to our channel.
We're the Frenzy fans and...
No, keep going. It just makes me giggle. We're the Frenzy fans.
We're fans of Frenzies.
We like them.
Welcome to our channel where we talk about the races in Ranked and the points potential we can get and the ticket transactions that might help us get those points. So first off, I got to give a shout out to my wife. She was super cute, and since we're starting to do these episodes on YouTube where we're like filming our faces, she ordered me this fun...
I just like it, okay?
Classically trained.
Isn't it cool?
The original NES controller. So anyway, it came in the mail today and she surprised me with it. It was super cute. So anyway, we'll go ahead and hop into it. Today's the first day of the Paris tour. And so last night, the wedding tour got done and over with. And I wanted to talk just a little bit about the Mario Kart All-Cup ranking calculator. This last tour was really kind of the first tour that we posted it on the YouTube video. The link is down in the description for, if you didn't download it last tour, you're going to want to download it for this tour if you're going for ACR 1000 or 100.
Yep. And if you're not, we're going to get to other things in the video later too. So
yeah, we'll talk about just like the normal Ranked Cup stuff and kind of go from there. So anyway, just wanted to go over kind of the basics. If you're new to the channel, just go over a quick overview of the tool, kind of how it works, and then we'll see how close the tool actually came to predicting what my actual score was.
Awesome.
So what you're going to want to do is when you download the tool from the link in the description, you're going to have to save a copy of it to your device, and then all of this right here is actually going to be blank. So you're going to have to type in what the cups are and what the races are. And then you get to type in what your driver, kart, and glider level and base point values are.
It's a lot of data entry, but if you guys do it right, the tool is super helpful.
Yeah. So
and if you're not going for it, don't worry about this part of it.
Yeah. So what it does is it averages your levels and base points for all of your items. And then while you're racing, so you kind of want to download the tool early in the tour, because as you start getting, your runs or the really good scores on the courses, you're going to want to record the actions that you get and then the bonus points that you get for that race. The tool calculates a bonus points per action value, and then you'll probably want to type in like what your actual score is just to kind of keep track. You also want to put in what your player level is. Yep. Because every time that you get first place, you're going to get a certain amount of points based on what player level you are. If you're player level 50, 100, 150. So after the whole tour, I finished last night with 1,096,000.
That's awesome.
Points. And here with the calculator, you can see that it pulls in all the information from the other tab, and I averaged 142 actions for the entire tour.
Which is amazing, by the way. We'll get into this week's new cups, but
right.
I'm so far off.
And then the bonus points per action, it averages just how I performed. So the thing is the tool is dynamic. It's going to take a look, as you're progressing through all the races, it's going to get more and more accurate as far as this projected score. So we can see here that with all of the races raced, with all of my levels put in, it's projecting that I was going to get 1,090,000, which is, looks like right here, it's 0.5%.
Totally.
Off, right? So less than
That's awesome.
1%, which is pretty good. So based on the projections that Alex Young on Reddit produces for every tour, usually does it's the first Monday. So after all the courses have been unlocked, then he has a good idea, and he uses previous courses or previous tours to be able to project what this tour is going to be. So anyway, at the beginning of the tour, he projected 1,065,000
to qualify
for 1,000, and then like 1,350,000 about.
Very cool.
For ACR 100.
So where do you think you're gonna land?
Yeah. So
where do you think you're gonna land? Have they announced it yet?
They haven't announced it yet. It's going to come out tomorrow, I think.
Okay, cool.
And we're going to get to that in a sec.
Okay.
So the cool thing about the tool, though, is you really want to pay attention to these two cells right here. As far as if you're aiming for ACR 1000 or 100.
Yep.
Because this is going to let you know, based on everything else that's pretty much fixed, like your levels and base points and so on and so forth, that average actions is really the thing that you can control.
Okay. I want to add one thing for the more amateurs out there like I am, because I did not know this and I was not aware of this, but I learned, you taught me this a couple months ago. The more you're able to keep combo, the higher your average bonus points per action is going to be. So outside of like leveling up your stuff, keeping combo and just getting really good at racing is going to be like the one thing that will bump that up the most, because there are some races I was just doing that I could not keep combo to save my life. And I was averaging like 41 points if I was lucky.
41 bonus points per action.
But yeah, on that one particular race.
Yeah.
And then I had a better race. It wasn't even a good race, but a race with a couple frenzies where I was keeping combo more.
Right.
And it bumped up to like 53.
Oh,
just
okay.
in like a simple, like super quick frenzy fix, right?
Yeah.
Point being, if you want to increase your score and you can't, like that's the one thing to work on.
And so as a side note to that,
yes,
one of the main things in the game that I think a lot of people, before they learn how to do it, and I was the same way, you kind of resist it, but learning how to do manual drift. So if you have the button at the bottom of the screen that says drift, and that means that you're in auto drift, it's harder to keep combo. It honestly takes probably a day or two of just forcing yourself to learn how to manually drift. But then once you do, you're gonna find that it's easier to keep combo, and that, to exactly your point, your scores are going to increase.
It might take you more than a day or two, but you can get to it.
Just got to be persistent with it. It's totally doable. Oh yeah, and also stay away from gyro. Gyro.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Totally how you want to play. If it's fun to play with gyro and auto, then more power to you. But
I play with gyro even if gyro's not on.
You turn it off, but you're still.
We're working on it, guys. We're working on it.
So anyway, coming back to the tool here, this is going to help you see what things you need to improve on. So for example, if you're really trying to go for ACR 1000 and it looks like your average actions are really kind of staying around like 142, or let's say your actions you really can't increase by very much, well, maybe you need to take a look at your levels or your base points. Then you need to go and see, well, do I have Pink Gold Peach, and is she featured, on 5 or 6 different courses? And so if I level her up, it's not going to just increase 1 out of the 36, it's going to increase 5 or 6 or 7 out of the 36 courses. So that's going to bring your level up. And then with your level coming up, that's going to change, the rest of the calculator. So it's very dynamic. Just using it from the get-go at the beginning of the tour is going to help out. It's not going to be incredibly accurate at the beginning, but the more that you play, the more that you use the tool, it'll get more accurate. And then by the end of the tour, you'll see that it's within like this 1%, whatever.
Absolutely. And we stated the obvious, but for someone who like me, who like breezes by the beginning information, this is for people who actually want to take top 1000. If you don't want to take top 1000, don't use this calculator.
Yep.
It'll be a waste of your time.
Yep. So, like I said, the link is in the description, and if you have questions about it, go ahead and let us know in the comments or on any kind of social media.
Sorry, you keep going. I'm going to turn off my phone while you.
Sounds like a great idea.
We're professionals, guys.
All right. So. Oh, okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually take a look at the All Cup ranking. And so if we go down here, so what we want to do is we want to see, so this is the day before the final, like cutoff points value. So right now you can see that place 1000 is at 1,000,057.
And you had 1,090,090, right? Or what?
I did, yeah. I have 1,096,000, something like that. But the cutoff that Alex was predicting was 1,000,000. 65,000, and I think that value may have bumped up a little bit. He modifies it throughout the tour. He does some slight tweakings, and I think he actually may have moved it to 1,066,000.
Okay.
So the thing is every day, you know, this number is going to increase by tomorrow, and that's going to be the last cutoff. So
Gotcha.
We'll have to see how close his prediction gets.
Okay, that's exciting. Alex is a smart cookie.
Yeah, he is. So if we come down here, look at this. So when it took the scores from the previous day and kind of put us all in slots, I had only gotten 1,085,000.
Okay.
So that put me at 723, but I finished the tour with 1,096,000, I think it was. Is that
Cool.
what we said?
Yep, that's what you were just saying.
So I'm going to be somewhere in between probably 650 and 700 ish, I would anticipate.
Awesome. Not bad.
So yeah, it'll be fun. Get another badge. And so yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about, in our last episode, we discussed ranked placement theory. It's like a science class.
It really is.
Mario Kart science class, right? So we had discussed the notion that if you can try and win first place by the smallest or the narrowest margin possible, that Nintendo in their algorithm sees that you didn't win by very much, and the subsequent or the next tour will match you up against people that maybe aren't necessarily like out of your league or like very competitive, or, you know, like give you a hard time, essentially. But on the flip side, if you were to win by like 30,000 points, then Nintendo's going to give you, you know, people that are 10 tiers ahead of you. And
just like real life.
Yeah.
I played a lot of sports growing up, and that would happen. We'd enter a tournament, and if we killed a team, they'd be like, nope, you're not allowed to play here. We're going to play you in this higher, we're going to bump you up a level.
Yeah. So our theory that we were testing for this tour, so going from the wedding tour to the Paris tour, was, okay, let's see. Yesterday, I was able to keep the 6-point winning margin from Monday.
It blows my mind that you're able to get that close.
Well, it blows my mind that this guy didn't play like pretty much the last 5 days of the entire tour. Like I was watching.
Or he just had his best scores and couldn't beat them. It's very possible.
Or maybe he was sitting like 20,000 ahead of everyone. So anyway, he didn't score any more points. I won by exactly 6 points. So let's take a look at my loadout for this, or the competition for this new week's ranked. So what I've done is I've gone and looked at every player's profile.
Okay.
And granted, this is just the first day.
Yeah.
So, you know, like some people haven't played, but I can see everyone's tier. And then also we're taking a look at their highest points, highest score ever. So this guy that's currently in first, he's tier 59. And his highest score ever is 38,671.
He's pretty equivalent to where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. So, but the thing is, I'm in tier 64, so I'm 5 tiers ahead.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and look through all of these and see if anyone's higher than 59 or like even in tier 60 or above me. So tier 59, 55 with this guy, 31,000, 50, 48, 51, 53.
There's like no one even close to you.
Yeah. 46, 52. No one's even broken 40,000 points for their all-time high score. And somehow Nintendo thought that pairing me in tier 64 with a high score of 52,182, that this was going to be like commiserate with my ability.
Okay, so here's my question for you. This goes back to, I have 2 theories going on. Okay. One, it's you did score within 6 points, so they're like putting you in an easier bracket because they think you don't have the chomps. But here's my other theory, okay? Because it's happening similar to me this week too, where I was only 400 above second place.
Okay, yeah.
And I have a very similar kind of like team or ranked where they're a little bit lower than I am. I don't know if you guys are into watching like Kart Life or other ones, but there was a phase there where for the life of us, like even if we invested all of our tickets, we could not place first. And there was a huge community of us who all wrote Mario Kart
Oh, yeah.
and told them
Fix ranked.
fix ranked is horrible.
Fix ranked.
I wonder
bots.
I wonder if they've adjusted too hard now.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it because
I don't know. But see, here's the thing: is a couple tours ago, though, when I got 30,000 more points.
Yeah.
The next week it was tough. Like, I got second, but I was like 10,000 behind.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm still under the impression that Nintendo is nice to people that are nice to others.
That makes sense.
So let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. How is your rank this week? How are you guys stacking up?
Yeah. So so the thing is, you know, not every week. So there are going to be lots of weeks where you're paired up against people that are pushing you, and you know you're gonna be grinding and like finally you'll get that triple coin frenzy run that like propels you, you know, like 5,000 or 6,000 head. You don't want to force close the gap on that run. Like,
yeah, of course.
You know, if you're struggling to get into first, but all of a sudden you get like a way good run, you're gonna want to keep it. So
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah. So anyway, especially if it's a driver points up cap week.
Yeah.
So, but then
which
just
is
be aware,
week, right?
which is this week.
Yes.
But just be aware that if you beat them by too much, then Nintendo might have it out for you and decide to give you a slice of humble pie.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a good segue into this week's ranked. We're taking a look at my loadouts for the 3 different races. Let's see here. I'm having a hard time. Where is? I need to see the other.
Just scroll down with the mouse.
Oh, they're right here. For some reason, I don't think you can change like the width of this bar.
Just pull it all the way out to our faces so that you can handle it.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go. Might need to. Oh.
We'll work on it.
All right.
Guys.
We're learning how to use computers. That's fun.
Yeah.
In front of everyone. Okay.
It's only what we do for a living.
So we're going to go through the calculator and just kind of show you how it's set up. Again, the link for this is just the race score predictor for just ranked. So it's just the 3 courses that are in ranked, which is the first cup, which this week is the Luigi Cup, and it features Paris Promenade 3. Now,
I hate this race.
Yeah, so it's a little tough because they decided to put some stuff on the top shelf that not a lot of people have.
Okay.
Which it's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about this real quick.
For sure.
We'll just get this out because it's been on my mind all day.
Okay.
So the interesting thing with Mario Kart Tour is they advertise that the game is the tour of the world, where you race in all these different cities around the world, which is really cool. Like when they come out with the cities that are on Earth.
Yep.
They do a phenomenal job at replicating the city.
Sydney was amazing.
The thing is they only use them once. They only use the tracks for 2 weeks, and then they put them on a shelf.
Yeah.
And then they don't do anything with them.
Which is why it's frustrating when they pop up too, because I never get to practice them except that 1 week that they're live, and then I'll forget about it the next time it comes back.
So this morning when I'm opening up the app and I'm looking at all these courses and I see that I don't really have. I have 1 driver and 1 cart that are both level at 1 for this Paris Promenade 3, and then I don't have anything on the top shelf for the glider.
Yeah.
Which sucks for ranked if you're like needing to get high points for, you know, that particular race. But on the flip side of that same coin, this Paris Promenade 3 is only going to be featured and ranked for this week.
Yeah.
After this week, it's going to get put on a shelf, and it may come back in like another year, but most likely won't. So here's the thing is I was actually a little bit bummed getting Mario Tuxedo, and then they announced that a city tour was going to be next.
We were hoping Mario Tuxedo would get buffed with like the Rainbow Roads and the Bowser
like the courses
Castles
that are going to be used a lot in ranked.
Yeah.
But okay, so this was just like a super hyper punch to the nuts.
Yeah.
With Mario Tuxedo, they gave him 2 Paris courses, neither of which are in ranked.
And it was an emotional roller coaster for me. I woke up this morning and saw that he wasn't top shelf in the Paris ones that are in ranked this week. And I was like, sweet, they didn't do it.
Right.
And then you open up Mario Tuxedo to see what his
buffs are. And they gave him 2 city courses.
Paris courses
aren't in ranked right now and are never going to be in ranked. So if you compare,
I'm so upset.
So if you look at, pretty much all the racers.
Yep.
Or all the items are going to have anywhere from like 15 to maybe like 25 for the really good ones courses. And if a particular item has 3 or 5 or 9 city courses,
it's not
like it's pretty much a wasted slot of being able to use that item during the duration of like you playing the game.
Yep.
So anyway,
it's like having a passport and being stuck in COVID. Want to go places, guys.
So like, yeah, this week is probably gonna suck, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that like a ton of stuff didn't get buffed with these races that aren't gonna mean anything.
So I have the white Yoshi at level 3 and the Kart at level 3, which I'm happy about. Makes life a little easier.
And that'll help you get points.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing: is if you remember when you were looking at let's see here. Let's get right here. Oh no, this one. So 64,000 points, right? Is what the first place guy has in my ranked. Well, this very next course is a repeat of RMX Rainbow Road 2T that we just played yesterday in ranked. And do you remember the score that I got? 50, I got 50,000 points. And I'll be able to get 50,000 points again because it's the same exact loadout, and I've been playing it for a week, and I know the lines.
Even if you're
so like with this one race, I'm gonna get 50,000 points and get in like pretty much first place. Like I anticipate, I'm curious if I won't even touch Paris Promenade, and still get first.
Yep.
Like that's just weird to me. Like how can Nintendo like overcompensate like that? I don't know.
So some people like to predict everything. My style, before I even do the calculator, is I like to race each ranked race once. Just to see like naturally where I land, because my first race is never that great.
Well, unless I get a really good score. But okay, but even today, sometimes it does that to you.
It does, yeah. So I ended up getting a decent score on Rainbow Road when I raced it today, but not anywhere near what I have potential of getting. And my first race, I blew everybody out of the water. I'm like, I had like 8,000 points now.
Yeah, it's weird. All right, so based on the initial prediction, I think we were saying like 100 actions, but I think it's probably a safer bet. If you got a really good run, you could probably anticipate getting 120 actions.
That's fair.
But I still think that the 52 bonus points per action
is pretty accurate.
With the caveat that you have a top shelf glider. So if you don't have a top shelf glider, you're going to want to put the level here to 0.
Okay.
But you'll notice that whether this is 1 or 0, it doesn't change what your calculated anticipated score is.
Okay.
And that's correct. You don't get any bonus points boost until you have a level 2 item in there. So you can use either level 1 or level 0. I like to put 0 in there just to kind of signify that it's not top shelf. Where you have to account for something that's a glider that's not top shelf is you have to subtract 15 from your bonus points per action.
Okay.
Because when you have a middle shelf middle shelf glider, you can only get 30 bonus points per action instead of the 45 that you can with the top shelf. If you only have a bottom shelf, then you have to subtract 30 from this. Okay.
Now this is the good thing that Mario Kart did do today, at least in my opinion, because I like collecting items. The premium challenge card, if you want to spend $5, one of the gifts is a top shelf glider for this race.
Yeah. So
and it's a really cool looking one.
If you have a top shelf glider on this race, it's probably a safe bet to put in 52 bonus points per action.
Yeah.
If you don't, even if it's like a level 6 glider, but it's on the middle shelf, this has to be 0, and then you have to subtract 15 points from here.
That makes sense.
And if you only have a bottom shelf, then it's subtract 30 points.
Oh, wow. So 15 and 30. Got it.
Which is huge, right?
It really is.
That's kind of a big deal. So gliders are super important.
Now, would it be, so let's say you have a mid shelf for both cart and glider. Is it still minus 30 at that point because it's 2?
Yeah.
Or
So when you have the mid shelf with the cart, there's a bonus points multiplier that's like 1.5 versus 2 on the middle shelf versus top shelf. And that equates to like maybe a point or 2 on the bonus points per action. Not nearly as significant as the glider, where it jumps from 45 to 30 to 15.
That makes sense.
Bonus points per action. So
cool.
All right, so then come back here again to RMX Rainbow Road 2T. 200 actions at about 66 bonus points per action. Same loadout. You're probably gonna get the same score that you did last week.
Yeah.
If you're gonna run it the same way.
For sure.
If you're gonna grind on it and get the same kind of equivalent frenzies. And then the last race here, we got Calamari Desert. And based on my previous runs from previous tours, I'm anticipating a fairly good run. Maybe on the conservative side, be 130 actions with 54 bonus points per action.
Cool.
And so when you take a look over here, we have all of the races in the ranked cup put together, and it looks like I'm gonna get 97,000, maybe 100,000.
Yeah.
But
you only have to get 64.
I'm only gonna actually try and get the 66, 67, whatever points it is that's in second. I'm just gonna try and get like a couple more points more.
Yeah. Super smart.
Rarely do I get like within 10 points. A lot of times it's within a couple hundred.
Yeah.
But
cool.
So.
And the only thing I want to add to this too is the bonus points that he's sharing are if you're a really good driver.
Right. So this is based on only dropping combo like 1 or 2 times throughout the race. If it's a really hard race or you get like obliterated by the bots, you're probably not gonna be counting that as your best race anyway.
If you're an average driver like me who uses, I don't do manual drift or anything like that, right? I average usually like 10 to 15% less than what he predicts for the bonus actions.
Yeah, so maybe like 5 to 7 points lower. So maybe like 48, 47, 45.
If it's a trick course, I can tend to keep up with you a bit because it gives me more opportunity to keep combo. But like with this Paris Promenade one, there's really not a whole lot going on in it. It's coins, it's a couple jumps.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I'm predicting less than what you're anticipating.
Yeah. Cool. Very good tip. All right. So I think that's it.
That's it
for today's episode.
We'll have more episodes coming out this week. We'll show you some of the races we're doing. If we're going to pull any pipes, I'm not sure I feel the pipes this week, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah. So that was the other thing I wanted to bring up. So along the whole conversation of having things buffed during a tour, I also can have a beef with brand new items that are in a city tour, because a lot of times, I mean, obviously they're going to be on the top shelf of these city courses that are just featured once and then never again.
Yep.
But guess what Nintendo did for the first time ever that they've never done before on a city course?
What?
They've put level 6 locked courses on these items that are city courses.
That blows my mind.
Is either one of two things. It's incredibly mean because the majority of players aren't going to be leveling stuff up that they get this tour to level 6.
Because you have no incentive to. Like, why level it up to level 6 if you don't get new races unlocked?
Right.
Besides just getting more points on like a ranked cup.
Or this could be an inflection point.
I'm kind of hoping that's an inflection point.
Where, so here's the thing, is Nintendo's never put level 3 or level 6 locked course on an item before. They've done it in this tour, the first tour that they've done it in. So does that mean that city courses are now going to start coming in the normal rotation? Now,
correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, but Mario Kart has also never done the same city tour twice.
No, so
I'm wrong.
Yeah, because we were able to play like the Vancouver and like the New York ones. I think it was around like the anniversary time.
Okay.
They brought back some of those, and they were new to us, but it was because we didn't start playing the game until after those tours were already over. So they do bring them back, but it's like maybe once ever.
Okay.
So And there was, and not all of them were in ranked was the thing.
Yeah.
Like they were in the tour.
Yeah.
But if you're focusing on, getting all the loot for ranked, then
I personally hope we start seeing the city tours more. Mix it up a little bit.
I mean, if they put so much work into developing the cities and making it look cool, what about like the Ninja Hideaway?
Yeah.
Like, bring that back, Nintendo. Come on.
That was a cool
That
one.
was so much fun.
I'd like to see an Ireland one. That would be cool.
There's a lot of places on Earth that would be cool to race in. Moab.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Zions. Arches. Can you imagine like racing through arches?
Lake Tahoe would be cool.
Oh man.
Anyways, a big sir. Okay, we're getting off topic, guys. Let us know in the comments what city you want to have seen. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. Let us know how the tools are working out for you. Make sure to download them. Also, make sure to subscribe and like the videos. The more likes and subscriptions we can get, the more it'll pop up in other people's feeds. And I know there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm meeting people every week on Reddit that are like, oh my gosh, this tool is so cool.
Yeah.
I never knew about it before. And it's like, cool. We've been doing it for a few months now.
Yeah.
So there's always more people that that might be interested in it and that can find it useful and make the game a little bit more fun and interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyway,
cool.
Good luck with rank this week, and may the frenzies be forever in your favor.
See you guys later.